This song is called I Know.
Moontown interview, take one. Action.
All right, so we're here for the first season of Post-Genre Records live sessions. Here with Moontown, you guys just played us a couple of songs. Before we start talking about those, you guys want to go around and just say your name and what instrument you're on for all the people watching?
Sure. I'm Lucas. I sing and I play rhythm guitar.
I'm Dom. I play bass.
Mike and I play lead guitar.
I'm Aidan. I play sax and synth.
And I'm James. I play drums.
And what were those songs we heard?
I Know is our next single coming out.
Any story on the recording form?
Well, so originally I wrote the songs and recorded them myself and just did almost like a demo take, but then we came back together and I feel like when I was just playing all the parts, it's, you know, it's like I'm pretending to play bass and stuff, but everyone just brought their own influence to the songs, which we have some like really wide influences, and then it was just sort of like drawing a Venn diagram and figuring out how we could, you know, fit a song in the middle, and Dom did a lot of the production and stuff. I don't know if you want to talk about that, but
Something that was really important for this one was like building a soundscape, and instead of just like having like beyond just having like a good song and like good production, we were like how weird can we make it, you know?
Pretty weird.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Hopefully,
You think so too.
hopefully not too weird, but
Yeah.
like weird enough.
When you're on Spotify or Apple Music or whatever, are you going back to like old favorites a lot? Are you listening to a new album for a month? Or are you just kind of picking up singles and throwing them out? I'm sure it's some mix of all of them, but
Yeah, for me personally, I don't know. Music is just my thing, and like I just listen to a lot of it. Like
Mike
these guys-
knows the most music out of anyone. I
Like-
think I know. You name a random band, there's a 90% chance Mike will be like, "Oh yeah, this one album of theirs is really good for this reason."
He'll tell you what snare drum they use.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't know where that comes from, but I think just that like just really like passion, almost like borderline obsession with music, you know, whether it's things I grew up listening to, you know, like I was just listening earlier today to the Foo Fighters, you know, I first heard them when I was 6 years old, you know, my dad put them on. But then I also like listen to weird, you know, like electronic music or ambient music or shoegaze and stuff like that, where it's so far removed and from that, but also like in the same day, in the same span of like 15 minutes. And I think just having that both knowledge but also just awareness of all that music is like put it all into music, all into the music I'm creating. And like every single thing I used to say, like every drummer I've ever heard, you know, I play, like I take something from them. And I feel that way just about music in general now.
how do like fans or just generally like the people who are going to be hearing it, like where do they live in your mind when you're coming up with something?
I don't know. I don't really think about it too much until we're right about to release it. And then I just get really excited for people to hear it. For me, it's like if like a single person listens to it and it makes them happy, then I did my job. That's all that matters to me.
Yeah, but like in that answer, like when you're making it, when he's making it, like he's not thinking about the people.
Yeah, true.
And
I don't think about it like at all until it's done, and then I think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like I try to do that, and I don't always succeed. Like I don't think it's good for your art to be like, how will I make the most people like this while you're like putting in a synth note? Like you should be like, how do I make myself like this the most? Like I'll just be honest, like I'm thinking about the people sometimes and I'm trying not to, and it's always like a little balance.
Yeah.
Other than music, is there anything that really inspires you guys?
Well, a sort of weird answer to that question is we have 2 songs about The Handmaid's Tale, the book. I don't know why, but I read The Handmaid's Tale and it just like weeded its way into my brain, and then I was like, I need to like write about this for some reason. So that I couldn't tell you why, but that's really inspiring to me.
I grew up in the church and stuff, and a friend of mine recently described my guitar tones as church guitar on drugs. And I'd say that's like pretty accurate, you know, like super reverbed out, you know, like epic, huge sounding, but also I just take it weirder.
What's up? We're Moontown. We're at Wick-Monet, and this is PGR Live Sessions Season 1.